Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Brian Wilfong. I'm the Public Relations and Marketing Coordinator here at C-TEC of Licking County. And I'm joined today by Michelle Snow, who is the Director of our Secondary Center. That's the same as the Principal. She's the head cheese in the building. And then Alyssa Johnston, who is our Career Development Coordinator. And we are doing this summer at C-TEC a series of Zooms where we answer questions that students who are coming in at the beginning of their junior year or their parents might have. The topic of today's conversation is transitioning to C-TEC from your home school. And we do have some more Zooms scheduled this summer. Let me tell you what those are real quick. On June 24th, we will be premiering a video about guidance and scheduling. On July 22nd, we will be talking about extracurricular involvement here and at your home school. And then on August 5th, we'll be talking about what the first days at C-TEC will look like this year. So with that covered, let's go ahead and get started. Questions were submitted to us by parents and students, and I'm just going to jump right in with the first one. So Alyssa and Michelle, can you give us a quick overview of C-TEC? What does a typical student day look like?
Yeah, I'm happy to take this one. So a typical student day at C-TEC is going to consist of lab for 2 to 3 periods a day if you were following a traditional schedule like what your high school has. And in addition to that, you're going to have 3 to 4 academic courses that will be mixed into your schedule as well. So you'll have a lunch and lab and academics. Anything I'm missing, Michelle?
Nope, nothing I can think of. I think one of the key words that Brian said was, what does a typical day look like? Well, obviously we've been in some uncertain times here recently. And, you know, with the uncertainty of us coming back next year and what things would normally look like are exactly what Alyssa just referred to. So obviously we are watching closely to what the governor has to say and the Ohio Department of Health, and we will keep tabs on those. And as updates occur, we'll make sure that we get that information out to students and parents so that you can all plan accordingly.
Good deal, thank you. So next question is what sort of staffing is there in the high school?
So Brian kind of already alluded to this. I'm the director here at C-TEC, which would be very comparable to what you would see at your home school as your principal. We also have 2 assistant directors, Mr. McNichol and Ms. Bowers, and feel free to look them up on our website. All of our pictures of our staff are posted. So if you're a visual person and want to get a look at maybe who your English teacher might be, who your math teacher might be, those types of things, who the directors are, who the assistant directors are, those are all posted out there. We also have a dean of students, Mrs. Ream, also a special needs coordinator, which you all have at your associate schools, Mrs. Migliori. We have guidance counselors, we have academic staff, we have our program instructors, which you all should have met when you were here for your sophomore hands-on, and I know many of them have been in communication with you up to this point. And then, you know, we have a great support staff here at C-TEC. Obviously, Brian Wilfong doing our PR, and Alyssa, who most of you will remember from back in the fall, and also some of those conversations that you've had here earlier in the second semester. But, you know, just very, very much the same as what you'll see at your associate school. And Alyssa, anything to add there?
What were you going to add, Brian?
I was just going to say, just for their sake, associate school, when we say associate school, you'll have to forgive us. We just mean your home school. Licking Valley is an associate school to C-TEC. Utica is Licking Heights. So that's when we say that term, don't be confused. That's all we mean.
Yep.
I think that's all, that was my interjection.
I think that was perfect.
All right. So another question that we got, and we get this a lot from incoming students, does the day look and feel like my home school? Like, is it that much different or?
Yeah, I think there are some really big similarities. You're going to run a bell schedule. Classes are going to change. You have a lunch period, arrival, dismissal. All of that is pretty similar. Really where C-TEC differs from wherever you're coming from, and all of you are coming from something a little bit different, is that we have, you know, those hands-on labs that you aren't in for just one period. You're going to be in there an extended period of time and able to get certifications and credentials and some of that hands-on experience that you may not have been able to receive at your home school.
Yep, I absolutely agree. The only difference is kind of that block scheduling, but very, very similar. I kind of like to refer to C-TEC as, you know, we're doing this transition to C-TEC. We're kind of a transition to that next chapter of your life, whether you're going on to college or whether you're going on to your career. That junior and senior year is really kind of that transition into that next chapter. So I think some of the things that you'll see that might be a little bit different is the professionalism that you'll see here. You know, your lab instructor is very much going to treat you in a way that you would be expected to be at your area of employment. Our programming here is very much in line with what you'll see out in business and industry. We have advisory committees that's made up of our business partners that advise us on what they want to see out of a student when they graduate from here. So very similar, but also that next step as far as employability and professionalism.
Good deal. Thank you. So this question's a biggie. We get this a lot. If I need financial aid, how do I go about applying for it, inquiring about it? What's that process like?
So we do have a process for that. We have forms that you can fill out, and we're actually posting those to our website this week. And it is the federal free and reduced lunch form that we use for our financial aid system. So once you fill that out, we will process it here, and then you'll get a letter in the mail letting you know what you qualify for, whether it's for the lunch program or also our student fees and our student uniforms. We use that same process for. So if you're not sure if you're going to qualify or not, please download that form from our website, fill it out, and get it back to us because you might be surprised what you might qualify for that. With that, most of you or all of you should have received an email from Melissa earlier, probably right before school was out, about those student fees and those uniform forms that you need to get done. And there was a deadline on there that said July 1st for uniforms. Again, with the uncertainty of next year, we're going to extend that deadline to August 1st. So that gives you a little bit more leeway while preparing. And again, knowing that every family is going to be in a different situation. And we're here to help and support.
Good deal. Thank you. A question that kind of follows along those lines. What are lunch accounts and how are they set up?
So the lunch accounts, we use My School Bucks software here, where your student ID number is associated with your lunch account. So we run a cafeteria, just like you do it at your associate school or your home school. And you can put money onto that account, you put a code in, and you're going to be able to get your lunch account here. We're actually now working on a process. In the past, you hadn't been able to transfer your homeschool account to your C-TEC account. And the company just reached out to us today, and they're trying to come up with a fix so that you can just transfer that account to your C-TEC account, and it will be very seamless.
Oh, nice. Very convenient. Good deal. Next question is always a big one, too. Is there busing to C-TEC? How does that work?
Alyssa, you want to grab that one?
Yeah, I'd love to. So busing is actually a very popular question, and it's handled through your home school / associate school transportation department. So when you were mailed your acceptance letter, in that packet should have been a list of contacts for all of our 11 associate schools transportation departments. If you have trouble getting through, you can also find that information on, Southwest Licking's website or whatever your associate school's website is. And that's who you're going to contact. So with the uncertainty that Michelle's been talking about, we will let you know if anything changes, but for the most part, schedules, times, pickup locations, that is all handled through your associate school's transportation department.
So each associate school does provide busing to C-TEC under normal circumstances?
Yes.
All right. And if I were a student who needed to take the bus to C-TEC, I would it's as a normal process. I would get on it like I normally do. It takes me to my associate school and then to C-TEC normally.
Every school does it a little bit different. I wish there was a one answer fits every situation, but it doesn't. So, I mean, I really encourage you. I do know some of the districts have information out on their websites, even posted on what that process looks like. But each district is different. So I really encourage you to look that up based on your homeschool district.
Okay, good deal. Thank you. So this question is kind of a deep question. What should I, as a student and a parent, expect from C-TEC?
I would say you should have very high expectations for us because we have high expectations of ourselves. You should expect top-notch instruction, clear, consistent communication from teachers, administrators, all staff. You should be able to reach out to us at any time and have your questions answered. You should expect the most support, the highest level of support for your student. Our goal here at C-TEC is to support our local and centralized area of business and industry and to provide the highest skilled workers in this area, while also supporting our students and what their needs are while they're here.
Wonderful.
Good answer. Yeah, nothing to add to that. So then on the flip side, what should C-TEC expect from me? Because responsibility, of course, goes both ways.
Go ahead, Alyssa.
I mean, as an active participant in the acceptance process for C-TEC, I feel that, we have accepted some wonderful students into this junior class. So I think we have really high expectations of you. There were several hundred students who were not accepted, and that applied. So your passion for coming and learning and making good decisions is incredibly important. And there are rules at C-TEC, there are expectations, and I think our expectation of you is to kind of use that passion and drive and motivation to be successful here, to follow those expectations.
And I would agree. We expect out of our staff, everyone that works here at C-TEC, we expect the best. We would have that same expectation for all of our students. Give us your best. We are a school. Our job is to educate students. And that's what we want to do, is we want to help you learn the skills so that when you leave us, whether you leave us and go straight into a career, or you, attend our adult education center, to gain a one-year certificate or a credential through adult education, whether you go on to a two-year community college or onto a four-year school, whatever it may be, our expectation is you're coming here to learn. And we want you to act in a way that will be conducive to your learning.
Excellent, thank you. So then to follow up on that, is there a code of conduct for students, like a codified code of conduct?
There is, and it can actually be found out on our website. Our most current was just approved at our board meeting in May, so I don't believe the new one is posted out there. It's very similar to what's already out there, but once that gets posted, you can go to our C-TEC website, go to the high school section, and then it says forms, and it says student code of conduct, and everything that you need to know is right there.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Michelle and Alyssa. We greatly appreciate this. We know this has not been perhaps ideal in terms of how we communicate with our incoming parents and students, but we're going to make the best of it. Just a reminder, June 24th, we will be talking about guidance and scheduling. July 22nd, we will be talking about extracurricular involvement and what that looks like when you're a student at C-TEC. And then, of course, August 5th, first days at C-TEC. And as was alluded to numerous times during this during this film. The website has lots and lots of information. Our social media, we're trying to keep that as updated as we can. Then, of course, all of the contact information is listed on the website. You can feel free to call or email any of us. Someone will get back to you. Any final words from either of you two, or?
I'm excited to see our new class, no matter what it might look like. I like Alyssa already said, we have a great class of junior students coming in. We have a great group of instructors and support staff here at C-TEC, and I'm ready for the new year, and I can't wait to see all the new faces in the building. And Mr. Wolfong, thank you very much for putting this together.
Yep, no worries. All right, thanks everybody. Have a good day.
All right, thank you, you too.
Bye.